Hi friends, Mrs. Hall here. Today I want to talk more about insects. Let's talk about the life cycle of an insect. At first, the insect is in a little bitty white egg. You've probably never seen an egg of an insect because the mom lays the egg under a leaf. So you see the top of the leaf, but if you look under the leaf, you might see an itty bitty white egg. And that would be the egg that a butterfly is going to hatch out of. Now, when the butterfly hatches out, it does not look like a butterfly. It looks like this. It's a caterpillar. And the caterpillar is very little and very hungry. So the caterpillar climbs to a plant, climbs up the stem of the plant, and starts eating the leaves. And it eats and it eats and it eats. And it eats so much that it gets fat and its skin gets too tight. Now, as you get bigger, your skin gets bigger, but not a caterpillar. When a caterpillar's skin gets too tight, it cracks open and leaves the old skin behind, and the caterpillar is bigger and crawls out. And then it climbs up a plant and continues to eat and eat and eat until again, the skin gets too tight. So the skin splits open, then the caterpillar that is now bigger crawls out and starts eating again. This is called molting. It's when an insect crawls out of its old skin that was too little. Now the caterpillar continues to eat and continues to molt as it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Now finally it gets so big that it's not hungry anymore. So it climbs onto something, hooks itself to the top, and begins to change into a butterfly. Now it doesn't look like this. It builds a house around itself. It looks like this. This is called a chrysalis if it's going to turn into a butterfly, and a cocoon if it's going to turn into a moth. And inside the chrysalis or cocoon, a metamorphosis is happening. That means a change. It's changing from this into this, but you can't see it happening because it's all inside the chrysalis. Now, after 2 weeks, the butterfly starts to eat its way out. And it pushes and it eats until it looks like this when it comes out. Now, it looks like a butterfly, except that its wings are like this. Now, its wings are like this because they're wet. So the butterfly has to dry the wings. And the way the butterfly does it is by flapping and flapping and flapping. And as the butterfly flaps its wings, the wings are getting drier. And also blood is moving from the butterfly's shoulders down the wings until the blood gets to the very edges, the very tips of the wings. So as it's going like this, the wings are getting drier and drier, and the blood is moving down until the wings are all the way out, the blood is all the way to the tips, and the butterfly can fly. Now, once the butterfly can fly, it's very hungry. So it lands on a plant and it sucks the nectar out of the flowers. See? With this. And it eats and eats and eats and flies and eats and flies and eats. And ultimately, it will probably leave this yard and go someplace else. But when it's time for this butterfly to lay its own eggs and have babies, it comes back to the yard that it was born in and lays its eggs under a leaf, and the whole process starts again. So that, my friend, is a lifestyle of a butterfly or a cocoon. First you have the egg, then you have the caterpillar who eats and molts to bigger caterpillars and eats until it climbs up, starts its metamorphosis from a caterpillar into a butterfly, or moth from its larva into its chrysalis or cocoon. It stays in there and changes, and you can't see it changing. And when it's ready to come out, it starts eating its way out. And you have a butterfly who can't fly yet because its wings are wet. So remember, it has to flap its wings until the blood goes down to the tips and until the wings are dry. And then it looks like this. And that is the life cycle of the butterfly. Talk to you soon. Bye.